Hello ladies and gentlemen, and this is just a quick review on the Sony WH-1000 XM4s and why I'm returning them. Now, just a quick little rundown of the XM4s in comparison to my XM2s, just right quick. The most notable difference is obviously the design. It is so much better, so much sleeker than the XM2s. It's gold plated right here, and it just feels more, it's smoothed out, it feels more smooth, and it's more lightweight. And one of the biggest differences people are talking about is this little sensor right here. That sensor is able to detect whether you're wearing your headphones or not, so when you take them off, it comes with some functionality to it, which I'll show in the app. And then the buttons over here, let me see if folks that in, there we go. The buttons over here, the power, then they changed it to custom. Then you got your audio cable right there, and then you got your USB-C right there. And then if you look around, you probably could see some mics. There's a mic right, don't know, yeah, you probably can't see it from here. But yeah, I probably can't see it, but there's more mics to it, giving it better noise cancellation, and it's durable still. So yeah, just a quick little overview. So let's start with the pros. My biggest thing I really like about these headphones is just the fact that the noise canceling has improved. It is amazing compared to my XM2s that I'm coming from, that I've been using for a while. The noise canceling, they're right, it doesn't make much of a difference on like the motor noise, but in terms of the higher pitch frequencies such as human voices, these are just amazing. They're astounding, like hands down. These are the best noise canceling in the market right now. Like, it's not even competition. Sony really knocked out the park with these noise canceling headphones, or the noise canceling functionality, and it's amazing. Another thing I like about these headphones is somewhat of the comfort. I'll explain a little more later, but the ear padding is much better compared to these. It's much more softer on my head, and it's much more lightweight. Like, these headphones are approximately 22 grams lighter than the XM2s, and you can feel the difference on your head. 22 grams is a lot, and they really did knock out the park for that too. Another pro is the app. The app has so much functionality on it. And here's a quick little rundown of the app. I'm gonna just skip over the system since that's where all the meaningful features are at. If you hated how you couldn't connect the two devices at the same time, you're finally able to do that, except you have to lower the sound quality, which to some people they might not even notice it. I never really had an issue with that, so I'm gonna just leave that there. If you hated the touch panel, then you can finally disable it over here. And thanks to the sensor, you can control what happens to the headphones when you take them off. So for here, automatically power them off, which is very meaningful and helps them save battery. You can even pause when the headphones are taken off, which I find extremely useful, and I always leave that on. And yeah, that's all the features over here, the differences anyway. And let's go over the sound right here. You still got your noise cancelling settings over here. Speak to chat, basically what happens when you talk thanks to the microphones. I never have that on, so I never really used it or plan on using it anytime soon. Then you can finally adjust the equalizer without having to lower your sound quality. Now the weird thing is, I was talking with my roommate and he said that he's never had an issue with that on his iPhone, but on Android and other Samsung devices, then that was kind of an issue where if you want to change the equalizer, you'd have to lower the sound quality settings. But luckily, that's no more of an issue, so that's a huge plus. And then you got your status and your adaptive sound control. That's pretty standard, that's been there for a good long time. And you got your music settings. And yeah, that's all there is to it as far as the app goes. And another thing I really like about these headphones in comparison to my XM2s is the touchpad. The touchpad has improved accuracy compared to my XM2s, because one of my biggest complaints is, while the touchpad was pretty accurate for almost everything, when it came to the volume down, quite frequently what would happen, instead of turning the volume down, would it just go back to the previous song, and that was kind of irritating. Like, I just wanted to press the volume down, but it would just go back to the previous song. It got everything else right, but except that. However, on the XM4s, I'm finally able to turn the volume down, and it understands everything. I've never really had any issues or mistakes using this touchpad, and Sony, they really did improve the touchpad accuracy on the XM4s. And another thing I like about the XM4s is the charging. I'm not too impressed with the battery life. I'll explain more later, but the charging is insane compared to my XM2s, and just in general. The charging capabilities is just insane. I don't know what the numbers are, something along the lines of 10 minutes gets 3 to 5 hours. I don't know, but one thing I do know is my headphones were dead at one point, and I plugged them in for an hour, and they were like almost completely charged. One thing I will note is, while it's charging, sometimes it can get a little warm right here, which I'm not surprised. I kind of expected that for charging that quick. I do expect the headphones to get a little warm right there. Not that big deal, just a small little note right there. Now, let's get on to the reason I'm returning them and the cons of these headphones for me. My biggest con, and let me just bring in the XM3s here. They're not mine, they're my roommates. He let me use them, but let me just bring in the XM3s. My biggest con with these is the comfort. I know I said the comfort was good, but for weight and for the ear cushioning, the comfort is great. But overall, in terms of the headband, the comfort is flat out terrible for me. I'm sorry, but let me explain why. So, I'm using my XM2s, and there's hardly any cushioning there, but it's more softer. You can even see how softer it is. Yet, when I come over to these headphones, it's so much harder. And I even felt my roommate's XM3s, and the XM3's cushioning is just so much softer. As a matter of fact, I haven't worn them. I wore an R3, and for comfort, I'm giving it to the XM3s, just due to the fact that it's better. And I even tried them on, and the XM3s were more comfortable than the XM4s. Another con for me is the sound. So these are very bassy. They're not bassy compared to Beats or anything, hell no, but they have bass. And the XM2s the XM4s on the other hand, while if you're into vocals and all that, these are tremendous. The vocals on these are so much better than the vocals on my XM2s. However, in terms of like bass, it just isn't there. Even after using the equalizer and the app settings, the bass is not really hitting it as hard as these XM2s. And the crazy part is, I even tried the XM3s, and even so, the bass was still kind of flat compared to the XM2s. Now granted, I wasn't able to use the app and tune them or anything like that, but on the XM3s, but I just used them like for a quick demo of the sound. And yeah, they sound, in terms of bass, these sound the same. There's hardly anything there. Another complaint I had about the XM4s is the battery life. Okay, so when it comes to wireless, I'm able to use these for around a good 3 or 4 days, but on these, when it comes to battery life, not 3 to 4 days straight, but the way I use them, occasionally about 3 to 4, maybe 5 days, but that's pushing it. While these, on the other hand, they died after like around 2 to 3. Granted, I did recently update them, and I did recharge them again, and I noticed that boosted the battery life a little bit. But I mean, maybe I'm overreacting to it, but they say 30 hours, but I'm pretty sure the battery capacity is the same on all three. But in terms of real world use, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm pulling better battery on my XM2s than I'm doing with my XM4s. Granted, I probably should have used them more often to gauge a better view on how good the battery life actually is, but due to the comfort being so bad and giving me a headache after a very short time of using them, I just quit wearing them. Anyway, that was my quick review of the Sony WH-1000 XM4s, and it's really unfortunate because I really want to like these. I really did. It had great noise canceling. The earpads were really good, and everything almost was great about these headphones, but just the comfort, or the headband more specifically, being as hard and as bad as it is compared to the XM2s and even the XM3s my roommate has right here, I just can't use them. So in the time being, I'll be sticking with my XM2s for now, and who knows, maybe upgrade to the XM5s when they come out, and hopefully they address my complaints in terms of the hard headband, but who knows. Anyway, that's my quick review, and thank you for watching.